Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. The football world has been shaken by whispers that have suddenly turned into roaring conversations across Glasgow. Mohamed Salah, yes, the Egyptian king himself, could be on the verge of joining Celtic. Imagine that for a second. The man who has dazzled the Premier League for years, breaking records with Liverpool, terrorizing defenses with his pace, skill, and ruthless finishing, now stepping onto the pitch at Celtic Park, wearing the famous green and white hoops. It sounds like something out of a football fantasy, but the chatter is growing louder, and in Scotland, fans are already buzzing. Salah, known for his humility off the field and brilliance on it, has long been considered untouchable in transfer rumors, the sort of player you associate with only the very highest level of the game. Yet now, the Celtic faithful are daring to dream. It's not just about what he could bring in terms of goals and assists, but the prestige, the aura, the belief that one of the game's greats would choose to grace the Scottish Premiership. If it happens, it won't just be a signing. It will be a moment that changes the trajectory of Celtic, Scottish football, and maybe even Salah's own legacy. Now, let's be honest. This is not the type of rumor you hear every day, not in Scotland, not in Europe, not anywhere. Usually, when Celtic are linked to transfers, it's promising youngsters from the academy, shrewd picks from smaller leagues, or maybe a seasoned professional nearing the twilight of his career who can add some experience to the squad. But Salah? That's another galaxy altogether. This is a player who lifted the Champions League trophy, who carried Liverpool to a long-awaited Premier League title, and who consistently sits among the top scorers in world football year after year. His brand is global. His name recognition stretches far beyond the football pitch, into the realms of culture, sponsorship, and influence. So when whispers surface suggesting that Celtic might have made a bold approach, it naturally raises eyebrows and fuels discussions not just in pubs across Glasgow, but across Europe. Supporters wonder if there is substance behind the smoke, if Salah's chapter at Liverpool is indeed winding down, and if Celtic could somehow position themselves as the next stage of his incredible journey. From a footballing perspective, it's almost dizzying to think about what Salah could add to Celtic's midfield and attack. Though primarily a right winger, Salah has adapted across the forward line, capable of cutting in, creating havoc, and scoring from seemingly impossible angles. His stamina and work rate are unmatched, his understanding of space razor-sharp, and his composure in front of goal lethal. Imagine him linking up with Celtic's current attacking talents, feeding off the energy of the crowd at Celtic Park on a Champions League night. It wouldn't just elevate the team's performance, it would elevate the entire league. Scottish football has long been searching for ways to reclaim the glamour and competitiveness it once boasted, and the arrival of a player like Salah could serve as the spark to reignite that flame. Sponsors, broadcasters, and global audiences would flock to watch. Celtic wouldn't just be Scotland's biggest club in reputation. They would become a genuine powerhouse in Europe once more, all because of one transfer that seemed too outrageous to be true. Of course, the skepticism is strong. Many fans, while allowing themselves to daydream, are also asking the hard questions. How would Celtic afford such a player? Not just the transfer fee, but also the astronomical wages that come with signing someone of Salah's caliber. Liverpool, despite rumors of change, are still a club that don't let go of their stars lightly, and Salah remains a key figure, especially with his global marketability. Yet football has shown us time and time again that the unthinkable can become reality. We've seen global icons make surprise moves to leagues once considered beneath them, motivated by new challenges, lifestyle changes, or simply the desire to write a fresh chapter. Salah, now in his early 30s, might just see Celtic as a chance to cement a different kind of legacy, a legacy not defined solely by trophies, but by the impact he could have on lifting an entire league's profile. The romanticism of such a move cannot be ignored, and fans are clinging to that glimmer of possibility, regardless of how improbable it seems on paper. There's also the cultural and emotional dimension to consider. Salah is more than a footballer. He's an ambassador for Egypt, for Africa, for Muslim athletes worldwide. His presence in Scotland, a country with its own passionate communities and histories, could be transformational. Celtic, known for their strong identity, their roots tied deeply to history, religion, and working-class struggles, could find in Sulla a figure who resonates far beyond goals and assists. His humility and philanthropic spirit align with Celtic's ethos of community and charity. Supporters would not just welcome him as a superstar, they would embrace him as one of their own. Imagine the scenes at Parkhead, flags waving, songs reverberating, as Sulla steps onto the pitch. It would transcend sport, creating a connection between fans and player that goes beyond statistics. For Sulla himself, the move could represent a chance to continue inspiring millions in new ways, to step outside the bubble of the Premier League, and to show that greatness can thrive anywhere, even in leagues where the spotlight doesn't always shine as brightly. Then there's the competition factor. Rangers fans would naturally be watching this story unfold with a mix of disbelief and dread. The Old Firm Derby is already one of the fiercest rivalries in football, and the potential arrival of Sulla could tilt the balance dramatically. It would be like Celtic unleashing a secret weapon of global proportions, instantly raising the stakes for every clash. Beyond Rangers, the rest of the Premiership would be forced to raise their levels, tactically and mentally, just to cope with Sulla's presence. It would be a ripple effect, improving the standard of football across the board. European opponents, too, would suddenly need to take Celtic more seriously in continental competitions. For years, critics have dismissed Scottish football as a one-horse race or a league of limited quality. Sulla's move would smash that perception to pieces, proving that even in the north of Britain, stars of the highest magnitude can shine. Whether it happens or not, the very idea is enough to energize conversations, to make fans dream, and to remind everyone why football, above all, is the theater of the unexpected. As the rumor mill continues to churn, the question of timing becomes critical. Why now? Sulla still has plenty to give at Liverpool, no doubt about it. His stats remain impressive, his influence in games still vital. But whispers of a changing project at Anfield have been circulating. Liverpool are rebuilding, refreshing the squad, and looking to younger stars as the future. Could it be that Sulla, after years of giving everything, sees his role slowly shifting? It's not uncommon for players of his stature to seek one last monumental challenge, something different from the grind of the Premier League. Celtic, with their rich history, passionate fanbase, and unique standing in world football, might provide just that. In Scotland, he would not only be a player, he would be an icon, the face of the league, the man who elevates everything around him. That sense of purpose, of becoming a symbol, might be more valuable to Sulla at this stage of his career than simply racking up more statistics in England. Sometimes, footballers chase more than just silverware. They chase moments, legacies, and the chance to inspire. This could be exactly that for Sulla. The financial side, though, cannot be ignored, and this is where the rumor gains both traction and doubt. Celtic are a club with strong revenues, bolstered by Champions League appearances and global merchandising, but they are not on the financial level of English giants or continental heavyweights. Signing Sulla would require creativity, ambition, and perhaps external backing. Could sponsorship deals be lined up to cover wages? Could global brands, eager to capitalize on Sulla's status, contribute to making such a transfer possible? Football in the modern era is often about more than just clubs and balance sheets. It's about strategic partnerships and bold moves that redefine possibilities. Celtic know that a signing of this magnitude wouldn't just be an expense. It would be an investment, one that could pay back through global exposure, new fan bases, and a level of relevance on the world stage they haven't experienced in decades. The risk would be enormous, but so would the potential rewards. And sometimes, that's exactly what propels rumors into genuine negotiations, the tantalizing thought of rewriting history with a single move. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. From the fan perspective, hope and skepticism walk hand in hand. Celtic supporters are known for their loyalty, their passion, their ability to dream even when odds are stacked against them. They are daring to imagine Sulla in green and white, but they also know how football works, how often rumors rise and fall without substance. For every done deal that collapses, there's the lingering disappointment, the reminder that business can be cruel. Still, this particular story carries a different weight, a different energy. It's not just about fantasy. It feels like a statement, a symbol of what Celtic could aspire to. Even if the move doesn't materialize, the very fact that Sulla's name is being linked has already raised the club's profile in discussions. Fans cling to that, knowing that football is sometimes about the journey as much as the outcome. For them, the dream of Sulla stepping onto Celtic Park is worth holding on to, if only because it reflects ambition. And in football, ambition is everything. The fuel that drives the stories we tell and the futures we hope to see unfold. Meanwhile, in Liverpool, the whispers are being met with mixed emotions. Many Reds fans cannot bear the thought of Sulla leaving. He's been their talisman, their hero, the player who carried them to glory. But even among the most passionate, there's an understanding that time waits for no one. Football is cyclical, legends come and go, and sometimes departures pave the way for new beginnings. The key question is whether Sulla's departure could come with dignity and respect, rather than bitterness or controversy. If Celtic were indeed to secure his signature, there's a sense that Liverpool fans might accept it more easily than if he had chosen another Premier League rival. They could frame it as a new adventure, an honorable move to a league where he would dominate and continue to shine. It wouldn't be betrayal, it would be transition. That doesn't make it easier, of course, but it does make it feel more palatable. For Sulla himself, leaving on such terms could preserve his Liverpool legacy while opening the door to something entirely new. That balance between past glory and future challenge is what makes the rumor feel so compelling. On a broader level, Sulla's potential move would say a lot about football's shifting dynamics. For decades, players in their prime were almost exclusively tied to the Big Five leagues: England, Spain, Germany, Italy, and France. The idea of leaving that stage voluntarily for a smaller league seemed unthinkable. But times are changing. We've seen stars head to MLS, to Saudi Arabia, to leagues that offer different rewards beyond the traditional glamour. If Sulla chose Celtic, it wouldn't be about money. It would be about meaning. It would demonstrate that prestige isn't only found in the obvious places, but in the resonance between a player and a club's identity. It would show that legacies can be built in surprising ways, and that players don't always need to follow the expected script. Such a move could reshape how football is perceived, showing that Scotland can still attract legends, still create moments that matter globally. That possibility excites not just Celtic fans, but anyone who cherishes the idea of football as more than just business, a sport defined by stories, connections, and the magic of the unexpected. And so, as the days go by and the chatter continues, no one knows for sure if this will remain just a rumor or become reality. Transfer windows are filled with twists, with shocks, with last-minute revelations that change everything. Celtic fans wait with bated breath, Liverpool supporters hold on to hope, and the football world keeps its eyes peeled. Mohamed Salah at Celtic would be more than a signing. It would be a story for the ages, a tale that fans would tell for generations. It's the kind of move that would dominate headlines, spark documentaries, and forever alter perceptions of Scottish football. For now, though, it remains in the realm of speculation, a dream floating on the winds of possibility. But in football, dreams have a way of manifesting when least expected. And maybe, just maybe, the Egyptian king will one day walk out at Celtic Park, greeted by thunderous applause, a sea of green and white, and the knowledge that he has written the next great chapter of his extraordinary career. Until then, the rumor lives on, and fans everywhere will keep debating, hoping, and imagining. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.